I think the way that Serapio is harnessing fear to get people to follow him is definitely going to backlash. I don't think ruling by fear is sustainable.
No, yeah, but it's like kind of like they're going about, because they both have the same idea that Tova is weak, and it's like the clans, no matter, all this stuff happened to the clans and they're still just like squabbling, right? They're still, nothing changed, no matter, you know, the Night of Knives didn't change anything.
It was supposed to be supposed to be a power vacuum, and now they're still scrambling. Changed. Yeah. Something that we touched upon earlier though is the fact that we are seeing bullshit powers now. Like before, Serapio is kind of like, ooh, I have a little bit of shadow on my fingers. And now he's like, whoa, I'm a death god. And you're like, wow, these powers are wicked. He's bloodletting to basically, and you could see it. It's kind of like the Game of Thrones starters where like the cities kind of pop up out of the ground, and he's not even he's erecting this entire fortress that is built in his his likeness, in what he wants. He's got his little what's the light, the hole in the sky, in the roof.
Atrium?
No, atrium is a room. What's the skylight? Sunroof? It's like a skylight. Yeah, skylight. There it is. So that he can come and go as he pleases and calls upon his friends. He's the aviary where the birds are. He's got that. No, he's got a little hole in the roof so he can zip in and out. So he doesn't have to talk to anyone, because that seems to be the worst thing that he could do, even though Narumpa finally managed to have a conversation. But yeah, and now that he's basically creating through blood and magic an army, armor, weapons, and he's ready to start war. And it's just, it was it was an interesting arc, but it's an arc that went, what do you do? Don't stop. No, please. Oh, okay. And at the end, it's like, can you still like this person? It's that trope of sort of battling against yourself, the angel and devil on your shoulder scenario, where it's like you need the balance. And he's just like, he spent this whole book going, oh my God, I got my life back. I was supposed to be the gun and the bullet in the gun that got shot, and now I've got my life. And he's like, please see me as a person. Please, I like spiced cacao. Do you have any stories? Do you know what my name is? Please call me my name. And they're like, no, you don't matter. We don't want to see you as a person. You are a weapon. In fact, we're afraid of how much you are a weapon. I have a quote I want to read, which I didn't have a sticker, so I dog-eared. Oh, here it is. This is like in half a page, Serapio's demise. So basically he's like, I want to know, do you have any stories? And he's like, what kind of stories does the Osido wish to hear? Something from your childhood, something of this place of Odo. And he says, my stories are not worthy of the Osido. Nonsense, I'm asking. Please. And he like chokes out in a half sob because he can't answer and he can't give the Osido, this deity, what he wants. Serapio closed his eyes. He understood that to push more would only be a cruelty. He had proven his point. Forget that I asked. He'd only wanted to be seen for a moment, recognized as a man, not a god, but he understood he had asked too much of Maker, perhaps even of Okoa and the rest of Carrion Crow. Sometimes he felt as if he were two people. One was the Osido, a man molded into a vengeful god and honed to a single purpose, blessed with a destiny above all others. The other... this gets me. The other was a lonely boy, constantly seeking connection, desperately trying to find his footing in a world that had no place for him. He hated the boy and his weakness, his foolish desire to find friends and family. It had been the boy who had contemplated a life with Shiala, the boy who wished to be Okoa's cousin and not the Osido, the boy who wanted chocolate and stories like a child. He understood now that when his mother had warned him that everyone was his enemy, she had meant he was his own enemy too. He knew he could drive this frailty from his consciousness, embrace only the pain, the purpose, become fully the weapon that he had told Okoa that he was. It only took courage and letting go. Anakin just became Vader. This is why children need love. This is why connection is the most important above all. He has been trying to placate the boy. He's been trying to feel wanted, needed, loved, like he belonged. that is literally our core, deep desire as a person. And it starts from when we are young. And he has tried that. And Shiala basically was the thing to soothe him, and she's not there. And no one else knows how to see him as that boy. And so he's decided to kill the boy. And he's become this frightening weapon. But it sounds like Narumpa has kind of gotten through to him. But she also said that Okoa had basically betrayed him, and that was almost the final straw.